handle this person. Take note, a dyslexic person can also be someone that has short attention span. The person drifts in and out of concentration while in class. That's when you just find out that, you ask the learner, can you repeat what I've said? No way, the child will start scrambling for what is not there because of the short attention span. They can only be attentive for a while. Before you know it, they drift away. Then you call them back, they have to start all over because everything said within that period or everything they could even grab had already went off. Now there are also people or learners that have difficulty following instructions. Don't be surprised. As simple as an instruction could be, a dyslexic person will find it difficult to cope with because he or she has to start thinking of what the instruction means, what is expected by the instruction, then how he or she is to respond to it. Now imagine, you are in the classroom and you tell a child to stand up and give you the sum of 5 and 3. Then the child starts staring at you because 5 and 3, you believe that is it not just addition? Just to add it up, to count 5 and 3 and then give me an answer, that's all. Oh, you have given someone an uphill task. Yes, an uphill task. Read an instruction from a book for them to follow. They start asking you questions, or don't be surprised, they will not do, or they will do something practically different. Now, another behavior displayed by a dyslexic person is poor reading and writing ability. The major problem there, that is the lexical problem. They find it hard to read, they find it hard to write it. Even to copy it is a problem. They find it difficult. Now, a dyslexic person can also have difficulty with sequencing. This is a girl. This girl is a girl is. They will give it in different, because it is just as the word comes, they pick it. The brain doesn't give them the room to sequence the words the way it comes. This is a girl. Don't be surprised. They might end up giving you this a girl is. This girl is a. This girl, or they can start from the last word they are able to pick. Difficulty with sequencing and poor memory. They forget easily. I fall into that. I forget easily. I start rambling, rummaging my brain for the last thing said, what happened that time. Come on, it becomes a big task. Inability to discriminate between letters and numbers. 6 and 9. Or when you tell a child to write 12, don't be surprised the child will give you 21. Can you write number 6? Number 6 in the reverse form. Now give me M, the child will give you W. Now write O, don't be surprised, the child will give you A. We see this day in, day out in classrooms. And we manage to understand that they need to be well coordinated by someone. They need the support of someone to tell them to get themselves organized. Then the last thing again is eye-hand coordination. Something you see and you work on it. In a class whereby you tell them to arrange, they find it difficult to arrange items. When you tell them to count items, they pick an item twice or thrice by counting. They find it difficult to count items. They find it difficult to pick up ideas, among others. They find it difficult to concentrate their mind in ensuring that they pick the right thing when it is needed. High-hand coordination problem. So that is why a dyslexic person who cannot coordinate the hand and the eye at the same time are engaged in a lot of games. Games that has to do with pick, search and find, look and say, pick and read, count, spell, call out the names. What is this? Those are the games that help them to learn how to coordinate their eye and their hand. Fill in the gap with the right letter to give you the right word. Another activity for eye-hand coordination skills. Now, this is where we come in. Like I've said, dyslexia is not visual and hearing challenges, which are frequent breaks due to fatigue. Most children are weak. Because they are weak and tired does not mean they are dyslexic. They are just tired. Maybe they need some break. And they are unable to finish time text. Maybe the questions are hard, or they are trying to remember what they were taught. That does not mean they are dyslexic. Difficulty in sitting or balance, that they cannot sit upright or that they cannot balance their body properly, maybe due to a particular disability in the body, does not mean they are dyslexic. And difficulty in maintaining eye contact. A child that has squinted eyes will surely not maintain eye contact with you. That does not make the child dyslexic. And also having troubles answering questions, maybe because the language used in asking the question is of higher standard than what the child understands. So automatically the child will not answer your question. Then when it comes to communication, most children find it difficult to communicate because of language barriers. The language used at home is different from the language used at school. So how do you expect such a child to cope well with you in the classroom? If he or she manages well at home, there is going to be a big challenge in the classroom for the child to cooperate with you. That does not make the child dyslexic. It is because of the language barrier. Then also, having difficulty sustaining attention is not dyslexic in nature. We have some people, they know, before you know it, they start imagining. Before you know it, they are not there. Something could have occupied their mind. That does not mean they are dyslexic. That does not mean they have poor memory or they lack eye to hand coordination skills, or probably maybe they cannot discriminate letters and numbers. No, they are having difficulty in sustaining attention, maybe because they are having something battling their mind, or they are not interested in what you're doing. And so automatically, if you are not getting there, because sometimes we need to understand the type of learner we are dealing with. We have the visual learners who enjoy learning everything they see. They enjoy learning by seeing. They enjoy learning by viewing. We have the auditory learners. They enjoy learning by hearing. Once they hear anything, they pay attention to it. So don't be surprised that an auditory learner might be in class with you and the person is not there with you, unless you give something that is appealing to their hearing. Then we have the kinesthetic learner who wants to use the hand. I want to feel it, I want to see it, I want to perceive it with my hand, I want to know how to do it with my hand. That is a kinesthetic person. So they are always all round. So you also need to understand the type of learner the child is, your child is, for you to know what fits the child, and you should be able to carry the teacher along by identifying the type of learner your child is. Now, we are coming down to people that we need to seek help from when our child is dyslexic. We believe, let me say in Nigeria here, the social system we have here is not helpful enough. Though we have people who are into this aspect of education, helping parents with their children that are having difficulties in their learning journey. And who are those people? As under the umbrella of Africa Dyslexia Organization, we were being taught, and which I also believe in, that you cannot tell a child to be dyslexic unless you are professionally inclined. and you can identify it. You can't even call a parent and tell the parent that, ma, your child is dyslexic. We can only tell you that this child is exhibiting certain behaviors. And we must make parents understand that for a child to exhibit certain behavior, there is much likeliability that the child is exhibiting dyslexia. But to confirm it, we need to visit clinical psychologists. They are the ones that put the child under some assessment tests clinically to know either the child is battling with dyslexia or not. Then we have all those people as well, developmental pediatrician. We have pediatricians that are generally for that are for general ailments. But there are some pediatricians that deal with the psychological development of a child. They are the ones that tell you the improvement or the demoted ability of the child. Then we have occupational therapists. There are therapists that deal with children who are having difficult neurological difficulty, which proves learning difficult for them to manage. Then we also have professional special needs educators. There are some people that are trained, and that is what Africa Dyslexia Organization is into fully, training educators to be able to help children with dyslexia. Organizations that are professionally inclined, just like I've mentioned dyslexia, and there are other many ones. If you go on to Google, we have a particular platform there. They are mainly for dyslexia. We call it nessie.com. This nessie.com, we can have it on our phone or on a tab. For children, you register the child, and you can even register yourself as a parent, and for you to get more knowledge and enough of trainings, tests that children can embark on, many activities that the children can do to help them with their literacy skills. So these people are there to help parents that are in dire need of someone to save their child. Now, how do we help the dyslexics? They need our help. The child is crying inside. The child needs someone. He is calling out to someone quietly, but I'm not sure everybody is paying attention. We are emotionally attached to that child, making us to be selfish in our request from the child. We are not considering that child. We are not paying attention to the need of the child. We are not putting ourselves in the shoes of that child. What we need is results. We are not looking into the causes of the actions of that child. Now, they need the understanding and care of immediate people around them, and that starts from home. We are not saying that you should pamper the child or indulge the child with your pampering or overdue care. No. When we say understanding and care, that is, we must come in fully with designed timetable, strategies and activities that we will use to help that child. We mean there that the child must be ready with the people around him, while the people around him also should be fully readily available to help the child. Now, remember they are slow in memory, which requires much considerations in instructions and tasks given. Because the child can now identify R, letter A as R, that does not mean we should start giving the child 10-letter word, 6-letter word because we want to rush the child over them. They are slow in memory. If your instructions and tasks are compounded, they will drop them for you. They will just drop them at your feet. It is not their fault. They pick only what they can be able to remember and they leave others. It is now left for you to manage them slowly, patiently, with much understanding that they are slow. Now, they need reading and or writing support. If the child has reading challenges, then the child needs reading support. If the child has writing challenges, then the child needs writing support. And if it should be the two, then we have the task on our shoulders. And when we talk about this reading support, Nigerian parents are too busy. Not Nigerian parents, let me say parents nowadays are just too busy with their personal commitment that they hardly leave meaningful period, quality time, even if it is just 30 minutes. 30 minutes it can achieve something desirable within that child. That 30 minutes undistorted, uninterrupted, dedicated for that child. If it is to learn letter A to be pronounced as R and can identify it and make use of two-letter word with letter R and can be able to read it within that 30 minutes, you have achieved something magnificent. We cannot achieve it when we don't give the support. Remember I said something yesterday, the child is at the middle. The parent at one side, the school at one side. The school blames the child and the parent blames the child and the parent. So imagine. Now, when the school is doing it, the home should be doing it. And when this home is doing it, this home should be giving reports to the school for them to know where to step in for the child. You don't do it and keep it to yourself. Carry the teacher along. Let them know what is going on. They need to know where you have reached or attained with that child. So that when the school is telling you the child cannot, you let them know. If you have a record of what you are doing with the child, you can present it before them. Let them know it is the child's ability with your support. So let them, that will be able to make us to know if the school still needs to give in extra attention or design something better for the child or accommodate that child in the classroom by handling that child, not by giving unfair advantage, but considering the child's ability and try to schedule him or her based on his own power. That is what we mean by that support. Now, they are humans whose feelings and emotions must be considered. What a dumb ass. You are a dumb ass. Come on, you are too dull. Look at your handwriting. So horrible. Why are you like this? Can't you think? What is your problem? Every time, all you just think about is food. What else do you want me to do? Who cares? Nobody cares because the child doesn't even care. You are only engaging in drama. If you like talk from now to next year, that is not what we are requesting from you. We are requesting from something better to make you understand that that child is human. He or she has feelings and emotions. So don't bring in your expectations that are not met and you now start pouring your frustration on the child. The child is not the problem. It is the natural presentation of the brain which controls the child's actions, reactions, and behaviors. And nobody has the power to dip his or her hand into the brain and turn it into the direction we want it to face. So imagine how powerful nature is. So we cannot do that. So what do? We step in fully. Now, dyslexics have hidden potentials. Either the child can read or write or cannot even read at all. There is something special about the child. Have you taken your time to discover it? That is why you have to engage the child. Sometimes you just let the child be. Just leave the child and watch the child from a far distance. What is he or she? Well, is he? What can he do? Oh, he loves doing this. I have noticed something about him. That notice, put it into your your archive, and unconsciously to that child, engage that child in activities that are related to that very thing that seem to be his or her own niche. Then you are helping the child. Because if academics cannot be attained, vocational skills and other extracurricular skills can be achieved for the child to have his or her dreams actualized as time goes by. I said something yesterday. When the children are growing and they are still battling with their academics, if the child is someone that needs technical skill, let the child go to technical college. If the child ends up well in technical college, proceed with that child to attend institutes that deals with skills related to the child's passion. Let us not waste our time compounding their problems with preparation for SSE to gain entry into university. We need to understand whom these children are. If the child is technically driven, take the child to technical college. Let the child sit for NAPTEP. Let the child also have access to SSCE, because in SSCE, they have all this vocational examination before the written examination, before all these theoretical subjects. You also need to step out of your comfort zone and start looking for solutions to the problems. Don't wait until it becomes something you cannot manage anymore and it becomes a mountainous task for both you and the child. Universities and polytechnics are there not for everybody. It is for those that are academically sound. And if you have a child that can manage his way out of the university, fine. But if you find out that the child is technically driven or is skillful, please take that child to technical schools. From technical schools, take the child to institutes. From there, let the child go to polytechnic. Along the way, in his journey in life or in her journey in life, she will become academically or literally sound one day. Don't be surprised. So don't let us now say because the child cannot identify letters, the child cannot read, we then abandon the child in the corner. We leave the child in the dark. We are creating a big problem we won't be able to solve in future. I come in here. There are other challenges that affect a learner in class. There are other learning difficulties. We have dysgraphia, and this has to do with writing. This is a writing difficulty. Dyscalculia has to do with mathematics, whereby you give a child 5 plus 2, tell the child to count 5 and 3, the child finds it difficult to do. Don't be surprised. They happen in the classrooms. In all classrooms, out of 10, you have one dyslexic person. Then we also have this attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This is another problem on its own. Most children are in the classroom. They are the troublemakers in the classroom. They cannot sit. They find it difficult to concentrate. When you give, they don't give you back. They behave out of line. They don't get it right. And because of this, they lose focus and concentration and they don't get it when the teacher gives instruction. They are so hyperactive that they cannot even, there is no room for them to sit to think. Everything is out of impulse. As it comes, they give you back. They don't know how to think. That is ADHD. But just one thing there is just that we always consider ADHD learners if they are able to give you what you want. If they are able to give you what you want, that means the child is just hyperactive, the child is outspoken, the child likes to be bossy, or let's say the child loves to be domineering. But when the child is not giving you anything back, despite all this displayed behavior, there is a big task at the hand. We need to sit down and everybody's hand should be on deck. That is about ADHD. So with this point, I need us to understand that there are several activities we can engage a dyslexic person into. Like I said, visit nestle.com. Nestle.com. You get a lot of activities, printable ones, the ones that can be done if you have a tablet or computer or on the phone, a lot designed by Nestle.com. Nestle.com is basically for dyslexia. It's basically for educator parents and people that are dealing with dyslexia. Then we have reading inventory. Try to write. Make cardboards. Make a lot of reading papers of two-letter words, three-letter words, paste them around the house, engage the child, let the child pronounce words, let the child blend letters, let that involve that child into a lot of activities. Then we have the exercise online test. That one is also, you get it online, you have a lot of things the child can learn from there, and we also have picture reading books. You get pictures, you have books that are meant for age 3 to 5, you can use it for age 7, 8, 10-year-old girl who cannot read. All we need to do is we try to repeat, we continue repeating. When the child say lion, from lion you try to pronounce the word, the child tries to identify the sounds, from there the child is able. You don't expect the child to tell you lion, what is a lion, and spell lion, what? No. What is lion? L. Let us pronounce it. L. You bring the letter, you show the child the letter, it is pronounced L. Whenever you see it, it is called L. From there, the child, don't throw the picture reading, the child can use that to always remember some difficult aspect of visual learning. Why now? Oh. 673-198. 673-198. 673-198. 673-198. Six one four.